Let's talk about the essay. The essay is the first part of any SAT exam. It's a 2-page essay where they give you a question that you have to answer in 25 minutes or less. Here's the big secret about the essay, or I should even say the biggest secret. Length matters. Now, let me stress that quantity in real life doesn't always mean quality, and it shouldn't mean quality in a written test. However, it's been proven by various professors that a long SAT essay is likely to get better scores than a short SAT essay. There's just no way around it. If you fill up 2 pages, your chances of getting a perfect 6 are much higher than if you write a Hemingway-esque essay that only takes up half of a page. It's possible they'll recognize you're brilliant, but it's more likely that if you fill up both pages, you'll get a higher score. This has been statistically proven. Right or wrong, length matters. Now, let's talk about the exam itself and what the essay can do to your score. Now, what you're looking at here is a scoring chart for the writing section. Assuming this student got a total of 16 wrong questions and left nothing blank, got a raw score of 39 and an essay score of 1, this student would have got a 600 score. If we raise that essay to 2, it goes to 610. Holding everything the same except the essay at 3, 640. Essay score of 4, 680. Essay score of 5, 710. And if this person wrote a perfect score, 740 points. The difference between just barely answering the question and filling up 2 pages and getting a 6, 140 points, just for writing an essay that you only get 25 minutes to write. Now that's a fairly significant piece of information, one that I hope you'll keep in mind, because as I'm about to show you, it's possible to write a 6. 6 doesn't mean that you wrote perfectly. It means that you wrote a lot and you wrote coherently. What I'm going to show you is a way to write a coherent essay that if it doesn't get you a 6, will at least get you a 3 if you answer the question and fill up all the pages. Take a look at this. I'm going to show you what an essay page looks like down near the bottom. Above this box would be all preliminary matters. What I have marked here, although I can't show you the exact wording because that would violate copyright, or be directions telling you to read what's in the box. Then there's text in the box. This would be a lengthy quote from somebody that talks a bit about the subject of the essay. Below that, the actual assignment. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because when you look at the essay page, the assignment is all that matters. All you have to read on the whole page is what I have just circled here in red, the question they ask you. It will say, assignment, colon, is change always a good thing? Assignment, colon, can you always judge a book by its cover? It will be phrased as a question. Everything else on the page you can skip. Just read the assignment and go directly to your essay. As long as you answer the question, you should be able to do fairly well without reading anything else on the page, provided, of course, that you write a well-organized essay. So I'm going to finish this episode off with is give you a formula for writing an SAT essay that provides an outline, structure, flow, and doesn't require you to plan it out while you're actually sitting there in the exam room. That sounds a bit abstract, so I'll have to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Take a look at the screen as we talk about SAT structure. Now, what these are facsimiles of the actual 2 pages you get to write in. Note, you cannot go outside of these 2 pages. You can't even go outside those heavy black rectangles. Anything outside of them doesn't get graded. That said, this is plenty of material. Here's what your outline is going to look like. You're going to start with an introduction, a thesis statement. You're going to answer the question. Any question they give you as an assignment can be answered yes or no. Here's the secret. You can't answer it maybe. If they say, is change always a good thing? Your thesis should be yes, change is always good. Or no, change is not always good. It should never be sometimes yes, sometimes no. Now, I'm not saying that you get graded down for that. I am saying that results in weaker writing. Take a strong stance, defend it. That's the key to college level writing. Now, your second paragraph will be mapping Catcher to the answer to the question. In Catcher in the Rye, the main character didn't like change, however, he was immature. Next, you're going to draw from personal experience or perhaps history. Martin Luther King brought about change that is now universally thought of as a good thing. If you have time, the next paragraph will be your counterpoint. Some people may disagree with me and say that change is never good. However, I think that says more about them than it does about change itself. And finally, and this is the most important thing, make sure that you save time to write a strong conclusion. You want to conclude your essay professionally and effectively. Now, here's what your paragraphs will look like. This is about how much space you should devote to each of these subjects. Let me go through them again. Your introduction will be an answer to the question. It can be yes or no. It cannot be maybe, because that results in weak writing. Next, when I say refer to Catcher in the Rye, I really mean Catcher in the Rye? Well, oddly enough, I do. You see, the second paragraph will be you drawing from literature, something that you studied in your English classes, something that your teachers made you read. Your teachers don't assign you those books just to torture you. They assign you books that they want you to read because those books can be discussed in a number of contexts, because they stand for a number of things. Catcher in the Rye is just one example. Go back to your English classes and think of what assignments you were given, because your second paragraph should be about literature. It doesn't have to be, mind you, but if you know that going in, that's one less thing you have to think about. So again, when I say Catcher in the Rye, sure, it could be the Scarlet Letter or the Poisonwood Bible or the Joy Luck Club. Whatever your English teacher made you read, that is a good subject to bring up in your second paragraph. Now, take a look at the screen again, because this is SAT structure in a nutshell. This is all you need to do when you go in to fill up those pages. You go in with this structure, you won't have to think about writing an outline. You go in, start writing your introduction, know that you're going to write about the book, whatever it was. By the way, other great books, Huckleberry Finn, another good example. Anything by Ralph Waldo Emerson, because it's very quotable. I would personally stay away from the Bible, just because it might look like you're sucking up. And again, you can draw from personal experience. We don't advise you to make things up, because making things up takes longer. And again, the counterpoint paragraph is optional. Skip it if you're running short on time, because you want to make sure that you end strong. You state a conclusion and finish the essay. That's how to go from getting just a 1 to possibly getting a 3, a 4, or even a 6.
Thanks for watching. Click the link in the description to receive our free weekly newspaper with college admissions advice that is relevant to you.